welcome back to the channel. This is R&R Sugarloaf Farm. If you haven't hit that like button, please do. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It helps us out by bringing content to y'all. Today's video is not going to be your normal typical one that I normally put out, so I'm just going to cut straight to the chase. This video is about loss on the farm. So my last video that I put out, you're gonna see like a huge gap between the ages of the kids, and some of them are missing and stuff because they've already left the farm. But over the last month, we've had a few goats to pass, and it's been really rough on us. So we haven't wanted to do any recordings. We've wanted to focus on the goats, and we wanted to make sure that their health is above anything else. With that being said, this is not your typical video to where, and I have noticed in editing my videos that the word comes out of my mouth a lot, so I apologize for that. So, it's just, it comes natural and it's a habit. I'm trying to break it, but it doesn't work very often. So, whenever we put out content for y'all, you see the educational parts, you see the fun parts, you see the birthing parts, all of that. What you don't see is the loss. So, you don't see, during kidding season that, we lost a few of the babies at birth. You don't see that. We don't put that in for you because nobody wants to see that. But that happens with every producer, every breeder, every year. There's always going to be some sort of loss. Fast forward to now, we've had a lot of things to happen over the last month to where all of these losses or deaths on our farm have all been different. They've all been associated differently. None of them, no two are the same. So, it's been several weeks, but our first goat that passed was Meep. We came out one evening to do chores. She looked like she had laid down and was asleep. Whenever we went to go feed, she didn't get up. We went to check on her, and she was gone. I don't know what happened. We can only speculate. Anything. It could have been an illness, it could have been stress, it could have been a heart attack, it could have been an aneurysm. We're not ever gonna know. Then about a week later, we lost Betty. Betty was our aged Alpine doe that the kids actually showed in our spring fair. She had shown signs. She was 10 years old, and she had shown some signs a couple of weeks earlier of having some parasites, and so we had treated her. She'd gotten better. She was doing really good, and then we noticed that she wasn't producing as much milk. It seemed like she wasn't feeling well. We put her in the barn to monitor, and the next day she had passed. And we'd taken her to the vet. The vet did a necropsy, which is rough on anybody. I had to walk away. But the vet's findings was that to where she didn't have a parasite overload, but she was anemic, probably due to the parasites initially, but because of her age, she probably was just, it was too slow for her body to rebuild them. And so that's probably what happened, according to our vet. It was a loss. We were only planning on keeping one of her does, but now we're going to retain both. So then about 2 weeks after that, we lost Ida, our Nigerian dwarf doe that was 7 years old. She had some of the same symptoms as Betty, and since we had already gone through it, we knew what to do. We acted fast, treated her and everything. She was getting better, except that she wouldn't get up. It was almost like her legs were paralyzed to where we could lift her up. She would stand on her legs for a few moments, but she didn't have the strength to stay on them. And so we had to let her go. And that was rough. I didn't want to do that, but it was the best thing for her. And so then we one day while we were in town, so our fencing back here in the back is made of cattle panels to where the adult goats cannot they can't get through it, but some of the babies can. And we live on a busy road, and so one of the kids had got out, and some non-cautionary driver that was driving way too fast wound up making, and so we came home to find one of the kids on the side of the road. And so that was unfortunate, and we were very, very upset and very mad over the particular situation. And then a couple of days ago, we had a dog attack on two of the babies. One was fish legs, and he got whenever we went out and found him, he was in shock, and we were able to assess him and treat him, but he wasn't able to recover from the shock, and so he passed, which is disheartening because you have to love all your bottle babies, in my opinion. They're just too cute, and you get too attached, especially whenever you're not bottle feeding a gazillion at one time. You're only bottle feeding a few. So yeah, that's what's been going on with us. It's not been pretty. It's not been fun. It's not been, none of it is okay, but it's something that happens. It's something that, as a breeder of multiple goats, you need to prepare yourself for. The good, the bad, the ugly. You can say the what ifs all day long, because I have, but it's not gonna help. And so I wanted to let y'all know, because y'all see our content, and you can tell that we put a lot of time and pride into our herd, and it's very sad whenever this happens. So the only thing we can do is learn from it and move on, as much as it hurts, and become better for it. And we have some excellent we've got some excellent kids this year that we're hoping to do some really good things with. We have gone ahead and decided not to do a milk test this year because we're drying off all the girls. We want to make sure that their health is we want to make sure that their health is above any type of program, even though it's beneficial to us. Any type of program that could put them under any added stress, because whenever you take away goats from your herd, especially multiple ones, it can add stress to them. And we're just going to do our best on trying to take care of what we have and continue to bring y'all happy content and educational content and everything. And so I just wanted to share that because I know that a lot of farms and producers and breeders, you don't always get to see the ugly side of it all. And so if this can be beneficial for someone to just say, hey, you know, it's not all you know, fun and games, you know, 100% of the time. You know, 10% of the time you're gonna feel awful. And not saying that's not something I would want to look forward to, but if I had someone to tell me in the beginning, hey, you know, just be aware that, you know, once you start your herd and everything, you know, expect some losses. Because I know years ago, whenever we had our first loss, I mean, I cried for days, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you just need to prepare yourself because anything could happen. And so yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all, and I hope that you don't experience that ever, and I hope that our luck is going to change around to where we don't experience any more of it. And I will see y'all next time, and hopefully it will be a little bit more happy and enjoyable instead of down in the dumps. So y'all have a good one, and I will see you next time. Bye.